Hello again, I'm Jeff, and at the bottom of my previous video I made a note that I had not explained why these four beasts of Daniel 7 are not the same as the image in Daniel 2, why they're not Babylon, Babylon, Media, Persia, Greece, or Rome. And it's actually down in verse 17, Daniel 7:17. It says, "These great beasts, which are four kings, who shall arise out of the earth." So these are kings that shall arise, including that first one. And as Daniel was in Babylon at the time, a kingdom that had already risen, it could not be the first beast, which negates the other ones as well. So that's why the four beasts of Daniel 7 are not the same. Another reason is this, is that Daniel, and I did explain this in the last video, Daniel doesn't say again what he had already said. What I'm saying is this, that Daniel chapter 7 does not rehash Daniel 2 except in a different way. What Daniel does do is that he focuses in on those kingdoms that are in Daniel chapter 2 in other parts of his book. And so when we look at Daniel chapter 7, what we're looking at is the legs of iron and the feet and toes of iron and clay. He focuses in on that. And what you have is Rome divided, just like in Daniel chapter 2, and in further division, the iron and clay. So this is why these four beasts are not the same as Daniel 2, and why they couldn't see it, why they didn't get this, is because when Hippolytus came out with his idea that these were the same as the four kingdoms represented in Daniel chapter 2, Hippolytus was living at 200 AD in the Roman Empire before it divided. So that's all he could see. So he looks back at that prophecy and he says, hey, that kind of looks the same as these guys. So that's what he went with. And 2,000 years is a long time. So these people, these Christian scholars, these priests, whoever they might be, they didn't see it because they were living in it as it was happening. And it's hard to see something until you have the hindsight, which is 20/20. And why did the scholars today not see it? Why didn't the great preachers of our times, the great Bible commentary writers and those guys didn't see it? Well, this is a trend that happens. This was already out there as the four kingdoms of Daniel 2. That had been passed forward throughout the generations, throughout the centuries. And as teachers normally do, they take what's been handed down to them and pass it along. They don't look into it any further, and that's what happened. They passed it on to us without looking at it. And so that's why these four beasts of Daniel 7 are not the same as the four kingdoms in Daniel chapter 2. And with hindsight, we can see what they are today, and we can know when we are. Thank you very much.